And it came to pass in the days when Israel was bowed low beneath the yoke of the Philistines, when the hearts of men were faint and their spirits weary, that there arose from the tribe of Dan a man set apart from his mother's womb, a man whom the Lord chose to be his hammer against the oppressor. In the land of Zorah there dwelt a man named Manoah and his wife, barren and heavy with sorrow. Many years they had prayed unto the Lord, yet the cradle remained empty, and the songs of children silent within their tent. But one evening, as the shadows lengthened upon the hills, an angel of the Lord appeared unto the woman in shining raiment, his face bright as flame. And he said unto her, Behold, thou shalt conceive and bear a son. No razor shall come upon his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. Fear and awe seized her heart, yet joy greater than her fear. She ran unto her husband, saying, A man of God came unto me, his countenance as the angel of the Lord. He spoke of a child, our child, consecrated from the womb. And when the angel returned, Manoah fell upon his face, asking, What shall be the rule of the child's life? And the angel answered, Of wine and strong drink he shall not partake, neither shall he touch any unclean thing, for he is holy unto the Lord. Then the angel ascended in the flame of the altar, and Manoah and his wife fell upon their faces, knowing they had seen the messenger of the Most High. In due season the woman bore a son, and called his name Samson. And the child grew, and the Spirit of the Lord began to move mightily upon him in the camp of Dan. In his youth Samson was as the lion among men. His arms were cords of iron, his stride the measure of a king. The Spirit of the Lord came upon him, and he smote his enemies, as one smites the dust from his sandals. Once, as he journeyed to Timnah, a young lion roared against him from the vineyards, and the Spirit of the Lord rushed upon him, and he rent the lion as one would rend a kid, bare-handed, with no weapon. And when he returned days later, he beheld a swarm of bees and honey in the carcass of the lion. He took thereof and ate, and he gave to his father and mother, yet told them not whence it came. And Samson made a riddle to the Philistines at his wedding feast. Out of the eater came forth meat, and out of the strong came forth sweetness. They could not answer it for 3 days, but his wife wept before him and pressed him sore until he told her, and she revealed it to her people. And Samson's wrath was kindled. He went down to Ashkelon and slew 30 men, stripping them of their garments to pay the wager. Thus the fire of vengeance first burned in his heart. Time passed, and the Philistines oppressed Israel cruelly. Yet Samson, like the storm, rose against them. When they burned his wife and her father with fire, his fury was like unto the wrath of heaven. He caught 300 foxes, tied torches between their tails, and sent them into the fields of the Philistines. Their corn and vineyards went up as a furnace, and the land was blackened. The Philistines gathered to slay him, saying, We will bind him, and humble him before our gods. They camped against the men of Judah, demanding Samson's surrender. And 3,000 men of Judah came to Samson, saying, Knowest thou not that the Philistines rule over us? What is this thou hast done? Samson answered, As they did unto me, so have I done unto them. They bound him with 2 new cords, and brought him to Lehi. But as the Philistines shouted against him, the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and the cords became as flax burnt with fire. He found the jawbone of an ass, and with it he smote 1,000 men. And he cried aloud, With the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps. With the jawbone of an ass have I slain 1,000 men. And when he thirsted sore, he prayed, Thou hast given this great deliverance by thy servant. Shall I now die of thirst? Then God clave a hollow place in Lehi, and water came forth, and he drank and was revived. And it came to pass that Samson went down to Gaza, where the Philistines lay in wait for him by night. But at midnight he arose, took hold of the doors of the city gate and the 2 posts, and plucked them up, bar and all. He carried them upon his shoulders to the top of a hill before Hebron, a sign unto Israel that no chain could bind him, no gate could contain him. Delilah. But then entered Delilah, a woman of the valley of Sorek, fair of face, cunning of heart. Her eyes were pools of dark water, her voice soft as honey upon the tongue. The lords of the Philistines came unto her, saying, Entice him, and see wherein his great strength lieth, that we may prevail against him. And every one of us will give thee 1,100 pieces of silver. Delilah smiled, though her heart whispered deceit. She went to Samson, who loved her exceedingly. Night after night she asked him, saying, Tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth, and wherewith thou mightest be bound to be afflicted. And Samson, knowing not her treachery, spake in riddles. If they bind me with 7 green cords that were never dried, then shall I be weak. But when she did so, he snapped them as a thread touched by fire. Again she said, Thou hast mocked me, and told me lies. Tell me, I pray thee, wherein thou mightest be bound. And he said, If they bind me fast with new ropes that never were used, then shall I be weak. But again, when the Philistines came upon him, he broke the ropes like flax. And yet a 3rd time she pressed him, weeping sore upon his lap, her tears like rain upon his spirit. How canst thou say, I love thee, when thine heart is not with me? And at last, wearied unto death, he told her all his heart. There hath not come a razor upon mine head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength shall depart from me, and I shall become weak, and be as another man. When Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent word to the Philistine lords, saying, Come up once more, for he hath opened his soul unto me. She made Samson sleep upon her knees, and called for a man to shave off the 7 locks of his hair. His strength departed, and she said, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. He awoke and said, I will go out as at other times before, but knew not that the Lord was departed from him. They took him, and put out his eyes, and brought him down to Gaza. There they bound him with fetters of brass, and he did grind in the prison house. The mighty lion of Israel was become as an ox at the mill. Yet the hair of his head began to grow again after he was shaven. And it came to pass that the lords of the Philistines gathered in their temple to offer a great sacrifice unto Dagon their god, saying, Our God hath delivered Samson our enemy into our hand. The people rejoiced, crying, Bring forth Samson, that he may make us sport. They brought him from the prison, blind and broken. And a lad led him by the hand. Samson said unto the lad, Suffer me that I may feel the pillars whereupon the house standeth, that I may lean upon them. The house was full of men and women. Upon the roof were about 3,000 who beheld while he was mocked. Then Samson called unto the Lord and said, O Lord God, remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me, I pray thee, only this once, O God, that I may be avenged of the Philistines for my 2 eyes. And Samson took hold of the 2 middle pillars upon which the house stood, one with his right hand, and the other with his left. And he said, Let me die with the Philistines. He bowed himself with all his might, and the house fell upon the lords and all the people within. So the dead which he slew at his death were more than they which he slew in his life. And his brethren came down and took his body, and buried him between Zorah and Eshtaol in the tomb of Manoah his father. And he judged Israel 20 years. Thus ended the days of Samson, the mighty, the flawed, the chosen,